Hello, teacher. Good evening. My name is Francisco Wanim, and for today, I'm gonna talk about how create a curriculum designed online English course. But before starting, it's important to take in account the content and the student needs. The Unidad Educativa Gregory Girard is a private institution whose philosophy proposes the development or an improvement of the teaching and learning process. The virtual learning English program is dedicated or focused on the students from level A2 and students from level B1. It's important to mention the main objective, which is to equipment the student with the necessary language content and culturally understanding in order to communicate effectively in different contexts. As I mentioned before, this level and components were taken from the Common European Framework, and of course, this source is according to the articles from the Law A, Article 91 and Article 344, that determine the reliability of the exercising the free right of education and improvement. Now, once the main legacy source has been specified, let's talk about something related with the methodology. CLT, Communicative Language Teaching. This methodology is focused on constructing the students' knowledge and, of course, engage and motivate the students' participation in order to construct their learning experience. We can also mention something related with the pedagogical model. In this case, is the constructivism. The constructivism perspective highlights that learning engage critical thinking, scaffolding learning, and collaborative interaction. Now, let's mention instructional design, that is the IDE, analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation of important factors will create an environment of educational reality in which students are considered. Now, we have the PBL, problem-based learning. In this case, the students have to find the solution. In this case, the students have to learn how to give a solution to a specific problem. For example, if they want to learn more something related, for example, if they want to learn more related any topic, they have to find more information. This methodology encourages to students find more information in order to solve problems. Now, at the beginning, I talk about related two important things. One of them, the content, and another from the student needs. How do we know what needs of my students are and how to create a curriculum based on that? The answer is simple. We need to apply a questionnaire. The first purpose is to determine the certain areas where we can establish uh, an innovation prepositions, where we can establish innovative alternatives. The two areas that we most taking in account were the learning styles and the learning skills. The learning styles. Following the data collected, I can mention that the 60% of the students are visual, the 20% of the students are auditory and kinesthetic, which highlight the authentic materials. In the learning skills, we can determine that most have a good knowledge in reading and listening, leaving behind the speaking and writing, leaving behind the speaking and writing. Taking this information with the result was important to incorporate digital materials, attractive materials that help in the teaching approach. Now let's gonna talk about something related with the content. We have a series of units distributed according to the student's level. In this case, students from level A2 and level B1. The units will be virtual with dynamic materials. Easy to access, easy to manage, will be useful in the process of learning. In this part, the objective is the student will be to able to communicate using common greetings in order to introduce themselves. The learning outcome, of course, is the result that we are going to have at the end of this unit: skill focus, grammar, and speaking. The content, basic greetings, personal information, what do you like and what do you dislike to do, numbers, date, and time expressions. These classes, everything will be reinforced with the everything will be reinforced everything will be reinforced with the assessment. For example, in this case, as you can appreciate, we can use like worksheet, quizzes, and workbook in order to reinforce the students' knowledge, in order to reinforce the knowledge that the students will are going to learn during this. Finally, it's important to remember that each component from this curriculum was analyzing in order to give a good program content. Thanks.